the way they see the world, because the world is the way it is. We just look at it all differently. We see it from our own view a lot of
Well,
times.
I don't normally go here in podcast interviews, but what's loading up for me, and it was already here from a couple of things you said earlier, is I'm a huge fan of the movie The Matrix.
I am too.
And one of the reasons I think it's so powerful is because it matches my current model of how things are, or at least as close to it as my brain can get. So I think we're all living in a matrix. We're plugged in and we're in this artificial world, right? What me talking to you right now might as well be a virtual world where I'm just plugged into some matrix. It's a dream world. And we live as if it's real, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. I live as if you are real and as if you are a nice guy, and I've got ideas and judgments and opinions about you already and about your show, and we live as if things are real. That's fine. That's how, and they're doing a lot of study on this right now, that the ego, that's how we need to do it. If you touch a hot plate and you get burned, you don't want to keep touching that hot plate for the next 5 days to see if it's still hot. You learned when that thing's glowing red, it's hot. Okay, we file that away. That becomes stable data. Now, same with my girlfriend or my ex-girlfriend. She did this to me, therefore she's a bitch. That's becomes stable data. We build up all this stuff. And what they're trying to do, I think, with some of the research now into psilocybin and MDMA and some of the medicines that they're studying, is how do we take that part of the brain offline that knows everything, that knows this is what my kid would be a yes to, this is what my kid would be a no to, this is what's okay to do, this is what's not okay to do. How do we take that line and get back to a childlike view of the world where, and look, I'm not an expert in this at all, I'm a student of this, but I'm fascinated, where we take the default mode network offline, like the matrix offline, and then see what actually might be possible. Get back to full-on curiosity. You'll see people when they take mushrooms, magic mushrooms, they'll go and look at a leaf with absolute wonder because they're seeing it for the first time. They're not seeing it through the stable data. They're like, wow, look at the patterns in this. So I know I've gone pretty deep, but this stuff's fun for me.
There's a part of the Matrix where Neo sits up and you realize he's a battery, and he pulls that thing off the back of his head, and he's sitting there and he gets flushed out, and then you realize, wait a minute, that's when he first pops out. And that for me was when I realized, when I started digging deep into paradigms and the way that you look at the world, it's not the way the world really is, that you can control your emotions, and you can, even if you are going the wrong pattern in emotions, like you can stop, drop the baggage, and completely change the way you feel about things, because you've unplugged, and it doesn't mean that's the way the world is. And so it's how you're really looking into it. And it's a very interesting subject. And it's because my experiences have been this, and I have this static data. David has been on his life. He's got his own static data. So when we have the same experience, we don't experience the same way.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a whole bunch of different kind of genres of movies, because we all feel differently about everything.
Yeah.
And
I believe that I am in my own dream state. I'm in my own world with my own views of everything. I will never, ever know what it's like for you to eat a bagel. I will never know if we're actually ever talking about the same thing. We'll never, ever know. But we can guess at it. We can get curious, and we can try. There's a process that they do here in Boulder and other locations around the world called circling. And we sit in a circle and someone will facilitate. And a birthday circle means one person will get all the attention. And if we were circling you, Cody, the facilitator might be like, all right, what's going on for you right now? And we'll all put our attention on you, and we'll all try and imagine what it's like to be in your skin. And we'll keep on asking questions. What's that like for you? Hey, I imagine that'd be scary. Is it a scary, oh shit, I can't handle it? Or is it a scary, like excited? Or is it something else? And we'll just keep on trying to get in your world. Who does that?
Sounds intense.
I was like, this is a whole new thing. I said to someone once, where's the coaching? Like, what if they're complaining about their girlfriend and this and that? You can see the, like, why aren't you breaking up? And they said, no, circling's a whole other thing. We just want to get what it's like to be them so that they're not alone in it. And if you do it deep enough, they will pop and they'll get their own insights. You just watch it. It's magic. And all this comes from one word: curiosity.